Oh shoot, I forgot to share this. Share. Okay, perfect. We're live. Awesome. So I'm in the passenger seat. So this is the driver's seat, and here is the door that I'm gonna go through here, and that's Jeanine, my friend,
Hey.
who is
This is Luna.
slightly better groomer than me, but who cares? You know what I'm saying? I don't care. What's up, Amanda? Oh, she knows you, I think.
Hey.
She's saying hi, Jeanine.
Hey, Amanda.
So I'm gonna see if I can squeeze through here because I'm a big guy and I'm not sure. I've been meaning to diet these days, but you know, with the corona. Oh, look at this cute little dog here.
Her name's Luna. She's
Hey,
super
Luna.
sweet.
How are you? Oh, so sweet. Check out her setup here. So this is the grooming table. That's the bathing area. She's getting her shampoo ready. Oh. So so far, I kept telling Jeanine, like, I really should be recording this because she was just spitting knowledge, just dropping knowledge on me. Just little things I wouldn't even have considered, like how to take turns in this big van.
Yeah, so you can see because like you can't see out the side like you would in your own car. So this is normally like a window in the van, but you can't see out of here. So you really have to be aware when you pull up to a stop sign. You don't want to come at it like an angle like this, you know, because if you do that, you're gonna not be able to see down this side. But if you come out like more perpendicular, then you can see what you're doing. So you kind of have to go out and around sometimes when you turn. So that's kind of what to be aware of. And it is long. I dented my van because I did not realize how long it is. So sometimes you learn the hard way.
Yeah, and I saw the dent, and it looks horrible.
It's terrible.
No, it's not that bad.
It is terrible.
It's not that bad.
He's trying to be nice. It's bad.
But I actually got a chance, because when she explains it that way, it's a little bit hard to visualize it. But I actually saw what she's talking about. There's like this really sharp turn, almost like a V turn.
Yeah.
And instead of going at it like a regular turn, she had to actually straighten her van to kind of go perpendicular so she could see both sides. So little things like that I wouldn't have considered, you know, because I don't drive a mobile grooming van.
Yep. You don't think about it until you come up to it. You're like, holy crap, I can't see.
Yeah.
So, and that's something they don't teach you when you pick up your van. They teach you how to use everything, but they don't teach you like how big it is and how you drive it. So that is something that you kind of learn along the way.
Nice. Oh, Buffy says hi. Helen says hi.
Hey.
She says that this looks fantastic.
Oh, thank you.
Well, it's because it's new. Give it a few years, Helen. No, I'm just kidding.
We're switching out every 5 years.
Maureen says hi, June and Jeanine. Have an awesome day from Scotland. Wow.
Oh, hey. What time is it in Scotland?
Oh, yeah. I don't even know. I've asked a few times. I really should write down what the time difference is. Awesome. So another thing. So did you turn off the engine?
No, it's still going.
It's still on? Okay,
Yep.
so this is something that I didn't know. Because I just thought that all mobile grooming vans ran on generators. But she has a inverter?
Yep, power inverter system.
Power inverter system. And she showed it to me. It looks like, it kind of reminds me of the Back to the Future, you know, like the flux capacitor. Anyways, she doesn't have to even use it. She's saying that when she has her engine on and she leaves the engine running, the alternator from the battery, well, I guess that powers everything, so she doesn't have to actually use the inverter when she has the engine on.
Yep.
And that's why you chose diesel, you said?
Yes, yeah, because the diesel engine is meant to just like run. That's what semi trucks and stuff, they're all diesel because they're meant to just like run all the time. So diesel engine will last you a lot longer. So that's why I chose to go diesel. Also, diesel is not that much more expensive in South Carolina, but it's not like that everywhere. I know in California, New York, places like that, it's just going to be expensive. Probably closer towards Atlanta is going to be the same. I don't know how close you actually are to the city of Atlanta because I know some places outside of Atlanta aren't as expensive, but in the city we would probably spend more on diesel.
Oh, Maureen says it's 8 p.m. in Scotland.
Oh, that's not
Nice.
bad.
8 p.m. Amanda says you should put a backup camera in. They have
They have one, you can show her.
Yeah, so check this out, Amanda. Let me go back through here. So this here is the backup camera that be installed, and it just stays on. See that? Isn't that cool? And then so this is the rear view mirror, but it pretty much is useless. It serves no purpose because Jeanine was actually telling me that when this is down, it actually is a distraction because because you get the reflection from that window there from the back door, and also there's a backup camera here as well. So when she puts it in reverse, there's a screen that comes up here, and she's saying it's distracting because there's already a screen here. So she just leaves this up like that. So I guess it was probably easier just to leave it than take it out, I'm guessing. Jablinski. What's up, Jablinski? A normal gas engine needs to be moving for all the parts to get cooled. So she knows what she's talking about. Nice! See, I didn't know that. I had no idea. Even when I would go to a gas station, I'd be like, what's the difference? Why is diesel so much more expensive? And why would anybody even buy a diesel engine car? But now I know. Okay, sorry, I was just putting the phone on a tripod here so it's not so wobbly. Amanda says, I could totally see that being a distraction. That's cool. I've never seen the one in the mirror before. Yeah, it's also because this is a 2019, so it's a newer van. It's a newer model. So check this out. Even this shifter here, she has paddles here, shifting paddles, and then the gear shift. Sorry about that. I'm having a little bit of spotty internet connection. What's up, Sue? So see that, so you tap it up, you tap it down and it'll put it in reverse, tap it down again, tap it down, so that changes the gears. So it's a 2019 model, so it's updated, so it has all the gadgets. Oh, and check that out, I was asking her what that was. So that shows her what the status of her inverter, so to let her know if it's low on batteries or if there's anything that she needs to check on. Turn that back around. So sorry guys, I keep getting a message here saying that my internet connection is not that great, so bear with me. I'm in South Carolina, you know what I'm saying? Nothing like Atlanta, you know what I'm saying? Atlanta, we got all that high-tech connection, everything. I'm out here the boonies where there's nothing. I'm just kidding. I just talk trash about somebody's town. I don't think she can hear me. I was actually saying it pretty loud so she could hear me. Jablinski says, it's fine here, not too many skips. Okay, perfect, Jablinski, thank you. Thanks for bearing with me, guys. I'm gonna go back in and see if Jeanine has anything else. Like, just riding with her and just talking. There were so many times where I was like, oh my God, I really wish I was recording this because, she was, and I told Jeanine, I was like, I think that's why people like you so much. It's because you're so generous with the information. She doesn't hold back. Okay, so let me see here. Hey, Jeanine, did you hear anything I was saying?
No.
No way.
No. Yeah.
So that's completely soundproof.
I mean, I could hear that you were talking, but I couldn't hear.
No way, because I was actually joking around. I was talking trash about this whole city.
Were you?
Man, I was saying it loud too, so you could hear it. Oh,
She's
man.
like, where the fuck did this girl have me come? She's out in the backwoods.
No, because I keep getting a message saying that the internet connection's not that great.
Yeah, I told you.
Okay, so Susan Black says, hi, Jen and Jeanine, love you both. Wow, do you know Susan Black?
Maybe.
Well, I know Susan Black. I got you, Susan. I know who we... No, Raquel says, you haven't been to Alliance, Nebraska. Talk about internet connection. Oh, Alliance, Nebraska.
I haven't even heard of Alliance, Nebraska. But you probably haven't heard of Williamston, South Carolina.
No, they have.
They have?
Amanda's saying she loves you. You're awesome.
Wait, is it Amanda Bain?
Are you? It just says your first name. Are you Amanda Bain? Because if you are, I think you owe her some money. I think that's why she's asking. She wants to be sure.
I've been tracking you down, Amanda.
So this is awesome. So do you have like a recirculator system or anything?
I do, yeah, I have the bathing system, but I don't use it,
okay.
I've been fine with, I do 3 to 4 dogs a day, so I haven't, ever had an issue with water or anything. Now, if you do big dogs, that's more to think about, my dog Luna, for example, she's like a German Shepherd Corgi mix, and she's about 55 pounds, and she's got kind of longer hair. She can use almost a whole tank of water.
Oh, really?
Whereas this dog would use about 10 gallons, and you have a 60-gallon tank back there. So technically you could do like 5 to 6 of this size dog a day.
How long did it take you to figure that out?
About a week or two to kind of figure out how, and that's going to also depend, like, because I do 2 full shampoos and a condition on a lot of dogs. So if you just did like I know a lot of groomers just do 1 shampoo. If you did that, you could probably do maybe even up to 8 dogs a day, like 8 little chihuahuas, for example. I was telling June too, when you get the van, you do get a lot of places. Like I have a house that has 8 dachshunds. And that's why they them a mobile groomer, because imagine trying to get 8 dachshunds in your car.
Yeah.
So especially because some of them are afraid. So wrangling 8 dogs that are cooperating would be hard. So you added fearful ones, and
you were saying like you could do about 6 on 60 gallons. Like the 8 dachshunds, is that enough? The 60 gallons?
Yeah. If they were short-haired, definitely. Like I said, this would use about 10 gallons. So you say short-hair maybe about 5 gallons. So you could do a ton of short-haired dogs in a day, or like I would say between 4 and 6 long-haired dogs, just depending on how big they are. Like she's a little bit bigger. Like I do a lot of Yorkies, so I could probably easily do 6 Yorkies in a day with the amount of water that I have.
So it's really like a water kind of. So if you had a bigger tank and you had more water, you could do more dogs.
You could, yeah, if you wanted to. Usually you don't even really need to though. That's kind of the beauty, and that's why a lot of people like to do mobile grooming, is that you make more money and groom less dogs, so it's less work. And I spend about an hour cleaning every night. But I'm really thorough. I wipe down every wall, everything, every single night. And I spend an hour doing that.
So Amanda, she says that she's not Amanda Bain, so she's safe.
Amanda.
She doesn't owe you money. That's kidding. But she says, I was chatting with Jeanine on IG the other day. I don't know if she remembers.
Amanda, what's your Instagram? I'm better if you tell me your handle on Instagram. I know most people buy their Instagram handle.
She doesn't care. Let me just be honest.
I do care.
So Lee Rowley says, what a wonderful setup. It really is. So this is the air conditioner, so it stays nice and cool. Check this out, guys. There's an air vent here, and that switch there, you can switch the air from blowing out and coming in. Then there's another vent here, so there's plenty of ventilation in here.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that mobile, it's harder to get the dogs dry. I haven't found that to be an issue.
So what's the difference between this Force and Fluff?
Force dryer is the big HV dryer. The Fluff one is this one. It comes out just like a lot lighter. It's just kind of like a fluff dryer in the shop. Okay, so those are for the dryers. Yep. Okay. And then over here, the drain, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm draining the water out of the tub because, like I said, I do have the recirculating system. And then obviously the bathing beauty. Oh, she's like, hey, excuse me. She said, I see the towels. Am I done? You are so done. That's what you have to press to drain the water out. Awesome. I know. That's a very cute move you're doing. I see you. Hold on. Oh, goodness. Okay, Sue's. Desiree. What's up, Desiree? Sue says, not crazy about the bathing systems. Prefer to do all hands-on bathing. I do the same thing. Nice. Oh, she's Pandemers. Amanda has Pandemers. Okay. Yeah, I know her then. She doesn't know. I do. Is the tub big enough for big dogs? Yes, I think it is. I have Max, my German Shepherd. He's about like 73 pounds or so, and he's kind of small in here. Like I could fit a big dog. I don't take them though, because I find they do well in the tub, but the table's small. So like a big dog, they're almost as long as the whole table. Yeah. And it's a lot different. Like if this dog is gonna fight for a groom versus like a big dog. Like they're a lot tougher on everything. It's a lot more on like I'm worried they're gonna break my table bar, or I can't support them if they start to fall. So that's why I don't personally take big dogs, but I know a lot of guys still will. Yeah. And it looks roomy. It looks like I could probably get in there. Yeah, you probably could if you want to.
Well, I mean, yeah, if I wanted to,
If
I
you
guess.
really
I,
feel the urge, you could.
anything is possible. Nothing is impossible.
Exactly. Yeah.
um, Susan says, "What do you think, June? Enough room for you? Maybe more in the future?" Yes, that was my big concern. I was telling Jeanine, like, I just don't know. I get claustrophobic, and I would feel like just cramped in here. But it's a lot of room. See, that's where I'm standing right now in the corner there. That's where she put me. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? She's. Anyways, so I stayed here in my corner, but there's plenty of room here.
Stay in your corner.
There's like a bench here even that
Yep.
we can sit down.
Yeah.
Nice, and look at all these switches and buttons. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and they're super self-explanatory. You can look at it and tell what each thing does.
Yeah.
So you actually don't have to mess with any of the buttons except for like the heat ones during the winter and stuff. You just turn it on and off. You hit this button, and then you'll flip this switch off to turn it off. And then everything else just stays on. Like I said, you'll mess with the heat boost and the heater during the winter. But other than that, you just turn it on and off. It's super simple.
Nice. And then there's like a warp speed button right there. I'm
Yeah.
kidding. If you ever need to travel at light speed.
Yeah, if you're trying to escape the cops or something. You never know.
Or the women, you know what I'm
The
saying?
women, yeah, you
Shoot,
gotta
there's
beat 'em
like
off with a stick.
crowds of women, mobs
They
of them.
chase you down in these hands.
You don't know how
It's an
hard it is
impact.
to be. I was kidding. It's never happened in my entire life. Anyways, not even my dreams. And sometimes even if I have dreams like that, it ruined. Anyways, I'm like, I can't even get it in my dream. Anyways, but yeah, as far as the future, I mean, probably not the near future, because I would have to. Oh, there you go. You can drain it.
Oh no, I already got most of the water out.
But yeah,
It's
I
just
mean,
bubbles.
just to be honest, like my credit's not great because, as you guys know, I actually failed the business and I went out of business. And doing that, it doesn't really do great things for your credit. It takes a long time to build it back up. So I'm in the rebuilding phase. So in the near future, probably not. My credit's probably not going to be good enough for me to get one financed. But Jeanine, maybe I can find a co-signer. So if anyone's watching and you got good credit and you're willing to let me smash it, hit me up, baby. Slide in my DM. Okay, so Jablinski says, if the apocalypse ever hit, she will also have a place to shower.
Exactly. Yep. I'd be so prepared.
Desiree says, LOL, Jude, you don't have to bathe with the dogs anymore. Oh yeah, that's true. If I got a mobile van, I wouldn't have to. But that would take the fun out. That's part of my day, getting naked with the dogs. Anyways, how do you think I earn my tips? Raquel says, I would have a big mess trying to groom my 95-pound Labradoodle in that tub.
Yeah, I don't take big doodles.
95, but the thing is, I think it would fit. A 95-pound doodle would fit. You would just. So do you have there's a place for a ramp right there. So you could install a little slide-out ramp and then have the dog go up.
This actually drops all the way to the floor, and then you can raise them up here, and then you pull this out, and they can actually walk. So that's what I do with big dogs.
That's
So
genius.
I don't actually have to lift them. That's what I do with Max and Luna. I don't lift them anymore.
See, that goes all the way down to the floor.
Yeah, it goes like this high.
And then they can just. No, you don't have to show me. Shoot, I'm not trying to mess up your day.
No, you're good.
But so you can lift it up, and then the big giant 95-pound doodle can just walk right into the tub. That's perfect.
They don't like to at first, but what I found with the big dogs is I get their front arms in first, and then their back legs kind of just go in on their own. So that's how I'll get them in there if they're fighting me on it. But if it's your personal dog, my personal dogs jump in for me. Even if they don't want to, they'll do it.
Nice.
So,
Well, and you have the rapport with your dogs too. They trust you.
Like I said, if anything, you'll have more trouble with the table being long enough. And you get extra bars. I'll show you. They're in this drawer, I think. Yeah, so these bars you can put in to make this bar taller. So if you were going to do a really tall dog, you could add this in there. I just don't. I don't really take big dogs, so I don't need to do that, but that is an option if you were planning on taking big dogs.
Shoot, this looks like I just caught myself. Nice. See that? I'm getting better.
There you go.
Yeah, I heard myself say it for a second. I said, oh, don't say that. Okay, Oh, Lee says your graphic is awesome, isn't it?
Thank you. That came with the van. They set you
Nice.
up with a company. I believe their company is called Revolution Decal, and you just tell them what you want, and they like design it for you. So I had a photo shoot that I did with Max, my German Shepherd, and it was similar to this except my hair was brown. So they basically took that image and made it. They changed my hair color and added all my dogs in it. So that's
Revolution Decal.
yep.
Awesome.
I want to say the lady I dealt with was Chandra, I think. But
Do you actually own that hat? Is that
no,
I'm just kidding. It's a cool hat.
I have a black one. It's not
But did they just draw that in, or was that in the original picture?
pretty. They basically made it a tan, but yeah, in the original picture, I was wearing a hat.
A black one.
Yep. Yeah, so they just changed it to match like my color scheme.
Nice. If you hit that button, you'll be in hot water. Travis says, around how much is one of those vans on average?
You're gonna be looking at about like $90,000 to $100,000, just depending on what add-ins you got. Like mine was $94,000, but I know like Jess from Paparazzi, she got a Humvee and hers was $105,000, but she got a lot more upgrades and she got a fancier system up front too. Like whereas mine's like kind of more like my radio and stuff is more dumbed down. She's has like a flat or a touch screen radio and like all that stuff. Jess has also been doing it for 20 years, you know, whereas this is my first van. And she's, like I said, she's been doing mobile for like 20 years, so. You know.
Well, you know, the thing is though, if you're gonna start your own business or buy like a building and build it out, I mean, you're probably looking, maybe not, maybe you don't have to spend as much as 90, but you know, I mean, any business is gonna require an investment, initial investment. That's why losing my business, oh, it freaking sucked.
Well,
You put so much into it.
Actually, my van it was like 88, I think, but 94 is after like the taxes and tags and all that stuff.
How long are you allowed to finance it for? How long can you stretch it?
I think they do 5 years.
5 years
They
is the
want
max?
it. Yeah,
Okay.
so you're looking at, depending on how much you put down, you're looking at roughly $1,000 to $2,000 a month.
Okay.
But like this dog, for example, would be like $85, $95, just depending on your area and what you want to charge. For me, it'd be like an $85 dog. She would take me about an hour and a half. She may take me a little longer since I'm walking and stuff, but.
But you know, that's actually a really good price, reasonable, because even shops in Atlanta charge that much.
Yeah, see, and your prices would be different than mine too because of that, because you've been doing it longer, because you live in a more expensive area. Like somebody in California should charge more than I do too because they pay more taxes.
So you have to take all that into account.
Yep.
Yeah, everyone. That's why.
And what products you use.
That's why I don't get it when people ask like, how much do I charge? Because I get that question a lot. Everybody's asking. Oh, the Bijan I put up on Instagram the other day. Somebody asked me how much did I charge for that, and I told her I only charged 90, but it doesn't matter what I charge because my clients overpay me like crazy, to the point where I'm uncomfortable. I remind them often it's only 90.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when she replied back, she was like, "Oh, that I can do that." Well, then it doesn't matter. Why ask? Who cares? Who cares what someone else charges? You charge what you need to charge to stay in your business.
You'll get that a lot too, that people will ask you, and then when you say the price, they're like, "Oh, well, I couldn't charge that here." Well,
Well, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. I live in tiny Williamston, South Carolina, so if I can charge $85 for a groom, so can you. I've been grooming for 5 years, so I'm not brand new, but I'm also not a 20-year veteran,
Yeah.
And if I can charge the 85, like, so can you. I do 75 for like my Yorkies and stuff, because those I can get done in an hour, whereas this one's more of an hour and a half. If the dog's bad, it could be up to 2 hours.
And also, they're not just paying you for the service, they're paying you for peace of mind. They can trust you. They don't have to worry about their dogs. And also, all of this, to cover all the costs for this.
I'll show you too. Like, it's just.
So I'm gonna come up front here, and then we can still look in and see her working. Let me try to catch up. Jablinski says, I got 740 FICO. Nice, Jablinski. I found my new business partner. Amanda, I can never do mobile. I hate driving, and I'm never on time. But if I did, I'd love a Hanvee van. They're so amazing. Yeah, I mean, I'm impressed. I'm really impressed. Like, it doesn't feel that cramped in there. I mean, the thing is, when I work in people's bathrooms, I feel more cramped in some bathrooms than I did in there. So it is a lot of room. I'm thinking, like, this is not a bad business model. Sue says, Jeanine is so stinking cute. Yeah, right? I think she's like 14 years old. Look at that. And she's been grooming for 5 years, so she started at 9. I'm just kidding. She probably won't appreciate that. Devlansky says, what's the biggest, most overweight dog she's done in there? I think she told me that it was her own dog. Her own dog that's big, that she got in there. But yeah, I'll ask her what the biggest one is. Jablinski says, it's the hat the guy wore in Jurassic Park when he... Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Lots of write-offs in mobile. That's something that I didn't think about either. That's true. You would be able to write a lot of expenses off on taxes. You get what you pay for a lot of the time. Exactly. The price usually does reflect the quality. Raquel says, my 95-pound Labradoodle is $100 for a groom in my area, which is actually super reasonable, because for a 95-pound Labradoodle, I would charge $175. Jablinski says $30 more than shops. Yeah, it really does, because they got to pay for the gas, they got to pay for all of the the regular inventory that a regular shop would have, plus you have to pay for all the other stuff, so and the payment too, the monthly payment, the diesel. So it really is, you got to factor in all of it. So when you're paying for a dog groom, you're not just paying for the haircut, you're paying for that person's education. She spent so many thousands of dollars traveling around and voluntarily getting certifications, taking workshops, and getting proper education because she wants to do what she can. That's actually where I met her, at the trade show in Atlanta. She came down to the trade show in Atlanta to take classes, and skinning classes, shampoo classes, all these things. And that's when I met her. I think it's been about 2 years since I met her. Anyways, let's see. Jablinski, I should buy the biggest dog. I should buy the biggest one. Call it Big Dog Grooming and charge $120 to groom a German Shepherd. Yeah, you really could. I mean, that's what I was telling Jeanine. I was telling her that this is just my opinion, but I think it's better to specialize. It's better to find a niche, right? Find the smallest corner in the market that you like, right? The kind of people or the kind of dogs that you like to groom, and really do a smashing job, like really do a remarkable job for them, right? And over deliver for them, right? Really have a strong following, in a small niche, right? Rather than just being a generalist and saying, I groom all dogs, I love all dogs, and I do love all dogs, but like her, specializing more in terriers, smaller dogs. She loves doing Yorkies and things like that. She doesn't do big dogs. I was telling her, I think that's kind of good. That's your niche. You're a specialist, and you're not just grooming everyone's dog. You're grooming a select clientele. Your niche. And then Jablinski, your niche could be big dogs, because a lot of groomers refuse to groom big dogs, especially mobile vans, and you can see why. But if you did it, you would have the market. I mean, you wouldn't have a lot of competition. And here's the thing, there is no competition in the grooming industry, not as far as like having enough dogs to groom, because every single household in America, almost, I think the statistic is like 80% of the households in America have pets, have dogs, and most of those households have more than one. So you could literally pick any subdivision, and you would probably have more than enough clients in that one subdivision than you can handle. So, Jablinski, if you really were thinking about it, you could specialize in bathing big dogs, German Shepherds, Mastiffs, things like that, and you would have a stranglehold on the market. Jablinski, I'd be the only groomer around that can actually groom Mastiffs. Bam! Look at that! We're like vibing. We're like freaking vibing on the same wavelength. Anyways, why did I just lick that? Oh, because it felt dry. Right after I said we're vibing, that was not sexual, I promise. Unless you want it to be. Zawinski says, right now we're lifting the huge dogs into my Quest bathroom tub. In my guest bathroom tub is killing my back. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I have to admit, when I have to wash dogs in people's tubs and I'm bending over, it does put a strain on your back. So this setup here, it really is. It's like right there at your waist level, you know, like it's a really great height. And the thing is, she has a stand that she put on top there, like a riser. So the dog is actually standing on like a platform that she hooks up there. And when she takes that platform off, it's a deeper tub. So bigger dogs can actually sit down lower in that tub. Sue says, when I had my shop, the first 30 grooms each month was what I paid in rent. And rent alone. So you would have to groom 30 dogs. And that would be your break-even point. And then after the 30 you would start to bring in profit. I get that. And Jeanine, I was actually kind of asking a little bit, and not to get too personal or, you know, give too much information on her financials or anything, but yeah, basically that's what it is. Like the first week of the month, that kind of covers her payment for the van and all of that. It covers her expenses. And then the next 3 weeks of the month, you know, that goes to pay for the supplies, the inventory, the bows, accessories, shampoos, things like that. Helen Daniel says, having a van is a great idea, but I really do enjoy being in a salon. I like the space too. Yeah, and you know, honestly, I like the freedom of just being able to go to people's homes and things like that. And, you know, Jablinski says, what the fuck? I'm sorry, Jablinski. I wish I had a filter, and I'm getting better at it. If you guys have followed me since 2012, you know, when I first started this channel, and saw kind of the digression, and I started to just, especially when I started having personal problems in my personal life, I just started saying some horrible things, and I had no filter, and I'm getting better. I'm recognizing that, and I'm aware of it. I'm trying to become better, and not saying stupid stuff, but I just did, especially about the licking thing, and I'm sorry. Jablinski says, yeah, I hear a general 1 week of work and cost. Yeah, that's pretty much how she's set up. The first week covers the payments for the van and all of that, and covers cost. Helen says, I also use my hydraulic table to get bigger dogs in the bath. And so then she puts the bigger dogs on the table, lifts it up, and then that divider, that clear divider there, that actually comes off, and they can walk straight into the tub. Jablinski says, get out of my mind. Oh, I thought you were offended. You like that. Why did I do that? Okay, stop it, Jablinski. You are a bad influence. Amanda says, I have an electric tub. It's a lifesaver for big dogs. An electric tub. You out there killing me? Are you Asian? Are you eating these dogs? Electric tub. Because, I mean, electricity in a tub, right? I mean, I don't know. I mean, whatever. You know, who am I to judge, right? Shoot, you want to electrocute those dogs in the tub? You know. No, you know what? What I'm thinking, though, is she means an electric tub, meaning the tub goes up and down, right? Because it's on, that's probably what she means. The lift, yeah. Electric lift, yeah, exactly. Awesome. Jablinski says, I always wondered how those work with plumbing. It's not a toaster near the drain. So, let's see, with the plumbing, I'm not sure exactly what you mean as far as plumbing, but if you're talking about like where the water drains off to and things like that, so the clean water is in one tub, and then as she uses it, the dirty water goes in another container, and then when she gets home, there's a drain in her driveway, and she just opens up unplugs the dirty water tub, and all the dirty water comes out. Amanda says, LOL, it actually works, haha. The plug is far away, and it's on a GFI switch. What's a GFI switch? I'm showing all my ignorance today. No electrocution involved. Jablinski says, electric lift would have would have to have like hoses instead of metal pipes because pipes don't move up and down. Uh-huh. Well, it might be like the table here, because the box, and then it kind of it folds down and up. So it might be like that. Sue says no more CBD for June. The thing is, CBD doesn't really get you high. It doesn't do anything. I'm just like, shoot, what am I smoking this for? Anyways, again, why did I saw the line right there. I clearly saw it. I don't know why I stepped over it. Anyways, Raquel. Okay, so, my drug habits are my own. It's personal. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about it here on this last. I'm totally. Oh my God! I told Jeanine, what my intention, my plan is to, kind of highlight her skills and her services and try to help her, promote her business and things like. Not that she needs it. Actually, she's getting to the point where she can't take any more clients. But I was like, it would be really cool if we did kind of like how like Guy Fieri goes to different grooming different restaurants, or like Andrew Zimmern, or like Anthony Bourdain, or anyways, like No Reservation, those shows, cooking shows, where like they go to different restaurants and they find out about that restaurant and the owner and things like that. I was like, that'd be really cool. And here I am saying all these stupid things, ruining it. Raquel says a person takes 5 gummies. 6. I ate 6. I thought I ate 5, but then when I opened the bag the next morning, I realized I had 6. Jablinski, June's going to stream one day wearing a hemp beanie, listening to Bob Marley with the B with the B door screen saying legalize it, man. Jablinski, you know me too well. Plus, don't think I forgot about that 470 FICO score. Know what I'm saying? I'm gonna slide in your DM anyways every day about 3 in the morning is what I'll do. Right, Raquel? What it says, just only 2. I couldn't feel it, and it tasted good. The thing is, the bag said sour bears. It was supposed to be gummy bears, but it wasn't bears. It was like these, it looked like watermelon slices, right? But then I tasted it, it doesn't taste like watermelon. I was like, is that peach? So then I tasted, I'm like, that doesn't taste like peach. Then I tried another one. It's like, I can't tell. 6, just trying to figure out what it is I'm tasting. Anyways, so let's see here. Oh my God, look how beautiful that dog looks. Okay. Why can't I zoom out without my phone? Look. Okay. So. Let's go back in there. Is it okay to come back in? Yep. Awesome. We're good to go. Oh my goodness, we talked so much trash about you. It's amazing.
I was like trying to hurry. I was like, they're talking shit. Like,
awesome. Wow, she looks so nice.
Thank you.
Elise says, and then who cares what flavor? Just give me. Oh man, they're talking about my drug habits. It's all good. The CBD. So I bought a pack of CBD gummies. Yeah. And it was supposed to be gummy bears, but it wasn't bears. It was it looked like fruit slices. So then I thought it was watermelon. Yeah. But it wasn't. So then I was like, is that peach? And I kept, it recommends just take 2. Yeah. I ended up taking 6.
When was that, today?
No, just before I got here, actually.
Was it? That's so funny.
No, it was a couple days ago. I'm fine now. I'm completely sober. Guys, I'm completely sober. I promise. Oh, man. So, Sue says, take enough of them and you will see bears. Awesome. Yeah, it was totally misprinted. It was misprinted label. It was false marketing, but I didn't even care. Oh man, I was apologizing actually out there. I was like, man, I told Jeanine like I would try to make this, a nice video where we kind of show your business and highlight how your business model and everything. And I was like, here I am saying some ridiculous things. But I didn't. I stopped on a few of them though. There you go. Jablinski, she keeps setting me up.
You're gonna blame her.
Yeah, totally.
Oh. Miss Lena.
Sue says, June, is that dog a bear? Is that a dog or a bear she's working on? Oh.
Maybe she is a tiny bear.
Okay, so what comb are you using?
This is a 1/2 inch. I use a 40 underneath with the 5-in-1 blade.
Oh wow.
They're the slide-on combs from Wall.
Nice, and she has the cordless clippers. I remember one person commented on one of my videos. He said that surely if he was balding, he would have better tools. And I was like, if I ever made it seem like I was balding, I'm sorry.
That's so funny.
I'm not balding, but I guess I look it maybe. I remember walking through Atlanta Pet Fair, one of my first. I think it was Super Zoo actually. But anyways, my wife and my ex was walking by, and we overheard somebody saying like, "Oh, I heard his parents are rich." And I was like, I wish. But maybe I look rich. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. You know, look at this. Anyways, shoot, why am I doing that? Okay. Jablinski says, who knows, maybe where they make it, bears are actually made of watermelon. Yeah, no, I think it was just mispackaged, but I really didn't even care. We love our little druggie. Awesome. Man, I was so afraid the first time I let it slip that I like to smoke, and I was like, that's it, I'm ruined.
I'm ruined. I'm done. I've ruined my career.
Yeah, I really did. I was like, that's it, I'm done, I'm canceled.
I canceled. Oh my god. It's funny. It's funny how there's that like stereotype with weed, but then like if you said like, oh, I drink alcohol every night when I get home, like people don't think anything of that.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, I tried drinking a little bit of alcohol the other night. Mm-hmm. Oh my goodness. And that Knob Creek whiskey, is it Knob Creek? Anyways, I don't even know. But oh my God, one shot tasted so good. I tasted another, and then I started getting buzzed. Yeah. And then I forgot how fun it was to get buzzed. And I was like, this is so much fun. And so I drank a little bit more, and then yeah, it was not good. It was not good. And that's what I don't like about drinking, because the next day you feel so in your stomach and like headache. I don't like drinking. I like it initially.
Yeah, I'm not a fan either. I don't know. I've never been a big drinker.
You know
I like
what?
to go get a drink like if I'm at a restaurant, then I'll get something.
Jablisky says, June, after letting people know he smokes like an Irish chimney, I'm going to move to California.
Yeah, there you go. In California, nobody would even think. You know, I'm actually surprised that Atlanta, it's not like, you know, when you think that.
Well, they decriminalized it in the city.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I only hang out in the city.
There you go.
Lee says it's totally legal here in California. We have several.
You gotta hook me and June up.
Amanda says it's legal here in Canada. Oh wow.
Wow, lucky you guys.
I have a wee ginger ale in the fridge. Oh wow.
Ooh, ginger ale.
That's like
literally my favorite. I drink Sprite or ginger ale. I only like clear soda.
That's Amanda that you were chatting on Instagram with.
See, I told you Amanda's a girl and you're gonna call me out. Like...
The thing is, we're making this too much about me, guys. Can we just, for one day, not think about me? You know what I'm saying? Let's focus on Jeanine here for a second. So Jeanine, you actually went to cosmetology school to be a human hairstylist.
Yep.
What in the world? Like, you're actually, you know, like you went through all of that, you were licensed, you actually were able to do human hair. You did have human clients, actually.
Yeah, I did, yep. I told June I just let go all of my human clients when I got the van.
So why? What made you decide like you wanted to groom dogs instead of people?
Well, it started when I finished hair school. I was an assistant manager at Sally's, and I actually really loved my job. So that was the reason I never ended up like fully going into a salon. And then I ended up getting Max, my German Shepherd, from my Lego, and I did not like leaving him at home all day while I was at work. So that's how I got into doggy daycare. I wanted to bring him with me to work, and it just kind of all like fell into place. For a long time, people were like, "Oh my God, like you did cosmetology, like why don't you groom dogs?" And I was like, "No, I don't like the frou-frou dogs. That's not for me." Blah blah blah. And then like here I am, you know, years later doing exactly that.
Yeah, and inspiring other groomers. Shoot.
It's crazy. I will never be able to wrap my head around it, but Yeah, it's definitely not the career path I ever saw myself doing. Growing up, I had cats, and as I got older, we got dogs, but they were all labs and dogs that didn't really need grooming. We'd take them to the vet, a couple times a year, and they'd get their nails done and all that. So I didn't really know a lot about grooming until I got my first job in a grooming shop. And the only reason I even applied for it was because there's no doggy daycares in the area. So I was like, oh, well, I'll try grooming. Why not? And then I loved it. So the rest is history.
Because I was kind of under the assumption that your first grooming gig was at that daycare boarding place.
No, it was actually at a local shop.
Because
they had me as a bather.
That's interesting because I was on my way up here. I was thinking, so you worked at a boarding and daycare place,
Yep.
you did house call, and now you have a mobile grooming van. I was thinking the only experience you're lacking is the shop environment, but no, you started in the shop environment.
Yeah, I started in a regular shop. We did like about 40 dogs a day. There was like maybe 5 or 6 head groomers. I did a little bit of shave downs, a little bit of bathing, a lot of bathing. But they would have me do like their 7 all overs or 5 all overs and like that kind of stuff.
So that's where you cut your teeth in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yep, exactly.
So, since you have experience in all the different environments, do you prefer this the most?
Definitely. And I didn't think I would, because I actually worked mobile one time with another groomer, and I didn't like it as much. And I never really saw myself taking this path, but a lot of road bumps came up with me trying to. I was actually going to open a shop on my property, and I just kept hitting roadblocks, and basically it got to a point where the city of Williamston just said like they would absolutely never let me open a grooming shop on my property because of the traffic, and they were worried about where the water would drain and all that. So it got to that point, and it was like, all right, well, I can't, like, now that means, like, there's no way for me to open a shop, so I guess I'm just going to have to get a van, because retail for, like, a storefront it doesn't seem like it's going to be that expensive, because this is, like, a $100,000 van, so it's like, oh, that's a lot of money, but having a storefront, it becomes a lot more expensive. You can't charge as much per dog. Which kind of hurts you right there. So I couldn't do 4 dogs in a day working. If I had my own shop, I'd be more like 8 dogs a day, and I'd have to charge less for them. And
yeah. So you prefer this a lot more.
Definitely. If I
even over house call.
Yes, definitely. Like we were talking about, a lot of the customers feel really bad for you.
Yeah.
When you're bringing your stuff in, especially me. I'm like 5'3", like 100 pounds. So people were very worried seeing me carry my stuff in.
Yeah.
And no matter how hard you try, you always leave a little bit of mess. There was this Cavalier I used to groom in her kitchen, and every time I left, I would like look around and I'd see so much like dander and stuff, and like she had these like really tall cabinets, and I was like, I can only imagine what on top of that looks like. It had to be like 20 feet up. There was no way I could get up there if I wanted to.
Yeah. So you feel bad for leaving a mess?
Yeah, it's something I thought about a lot. And like I said, even like my really awesome clients that would never complain, like I'm sure there was probably times that they were like, God, this sucks,
That's why I spend like 30 minutes sometimes cleaning up after myself after I groom a dog in their house, because I don't want them to roll their eyes every time they know I'm going to come, like, oh, June's coming today.
And I had, there's these 2 dogs that I groom, these 2 Shih Tzus I've been grooming forever, and they would not let me clean up, and, even though they wouldn't let me, I just felt terrible every time, And they're like, do you need to throw your hair away or anything? I'm like, no, I've got it in my little vacuum, I'll clean it out when I get home.
Yeah, you try not to inconvenience them. Lee says, I bet dogs are easier than people.
Definitely.
I don't know, because a person, when you ask them, can you just hold your head still for me? They usually do.
They can, well, to an extent, but you'll be like, all right, hold your head like this, and then they want to look at themselves in the mirror and they go like this, and then and you're like, so they're not much better.
Oh my God. Did anyone ask you, have you lost your mind when you left a position as a manager at Sally's to work?
No, because I made $8.75 an hour there. So
as a manager?
Yeah, as an assistant manager at
Wow.
Sally's. So when I went to Camp Bow Wow, I started at $10.75, so nobody questioned
Wow,
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was working night shift too, so I got like a shift differential. Like I started 75 cents higher than I would have I think they started
Uh-huh.
at 10 at the doggy daycare I was at. So
Oh.
anyway, I actually was making a lot more money going to the daycare.
Uh-huh. So it was an easy decision for you.
Hmm.
And
And
then
I
that led
loved it.
to grooming. That's awesome. Funny how
Yeah.
things just kind of line up.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I never planned for any of it to go this way.
That's my life. Amanda says Janine's talk about hair density totally changed the way I groom. Wow.
That's cool.
So Seth Godin says a true artist changes people. You're a true artist.
Aw.
You caused Amanda to change the way she grew. Wow, just from a talk about hair density. Me personally wouldn't have done it. I would be like, I don't care. But it reaches a few, you don't reach everyone. You just want to find your audience. Anyways, because I don't care. Jablitzy says, did I trip her out when the way blades are did it trip you out when the way blades or numbers were reversed from people? Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes. The wall blades definitely. It was very confusing, and it didn't make any sense to me because like humans, you get a guard and it's literally like 1 through 10.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
and then there's like letters and numbers. Yes, that was one of the most confusing things
Uh-huh.
to switch over. I will say, as far as cutting goes, so like cosmetology is a lot more precise. Like if I was gonna do bangs in cosmetology, I would hold it up like this and trim. Whereas grooming's a lot more freehand. So like instead of holding it like that, I would comb it and trim. You
Yeah.
know. So that's the biggest thing I noticed switching from cosmetology to grooming.
Uh-huh.
Also the shear sizes. I would never use something this big in cosmetology.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Even this. For grooming, it feels very small. This is like a 6.5, but
Yeah.
for cosmetology, this would be huge. I was using like a 5 3/4.
Uh-huh, yeah. I mean, like the scissors in your hand right now. I mean,
I would
unless
take
you're giving
my-
a haircut for Andre the Giant.
Yeah, I would take my freaking finger off with one of these. But
Uh-huh.
you know, if I was trying to use my little 5 3/4 on this head, I'd be here all day.
Uh-huh. Interesting. Wow, because I've never cut human hair. Well, I did in high school, but just in the boys' dorm, for like $5 a pop.
Really?
Anyways, Susan says that's how I bought my weed in high school. Anyways,
Got that hustle.
Susan says you both have helped me learn a lot more about technique and products. I'm so glad that you share your knowledge with all of us. Wow, that's exactly what I was telling Jeanine. I was like, I don't get it. The people who are like stingy with their information and what they know, like, why not just share it? And like, I don't know.
I won't understand it either because, like I was telling June, like I saw in Groomer magazine a couple years ago that we need like 64,000 new groomers over the next like 5 to 10 years to keep up with the demand of, because with the doodles and everything, like people are starting to more treat their dogs like family. So more and more people are interested in grooming, whereas like 20 30 years ago it wasn't that way.
Mm-hmm.
So we need more groomers, so it doesn't make sense that we would need all these groomers and then not want to train them. Like, well, we can't groom every dog. That's just the reality of it. We can't take them all.
It's very short-sighted.
It is, yeah. Like me, I have a 50-pound weight limit, so I refer dogs to other groomers all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also very expensive compared to a lot of the groomers in my area, so I actually have 2 main shops that I send all my dogs to that,
Nice. Yeah. Like, why can't we, help each other out and just, like network and yeah. What do they say? All ships rise with the tide or something? I don't know. Anyways, um, my favorite dog dad. Oh, he's not my favorite dog dad. That's
He's
just the name
not,
of his. Yeah.
David. Right?
David. Yes. Wow. I can't believe you know him.
You're famous.
You surely don't need to know that guy. David. No, I was kidding. I only tease people I like, honestly. If I didn't like you, I wouldn't even tease you. Jablinski says people don't try and bite you, and they don't poop in the middle of their haircut.
Right, they don't, but people are a lot more catty than dogs are. Like, dogs are more straightforward. Rather than bite me and, like, be honest than, like, a person that you just don't know what they're really thinking.
Oh, until you read the scathing review online.
Yeah, until they leave a bad review or something.
Like, I could have swore they left smiling. I don't know.
Yeah. Or if you get the ones that you, like, give them the dog and they're like... And you're just
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you get no oh man, because
Yeah.
part of the fun of like that rock star moment is that immediate you know, you send the dog out, you get that reaction.
Yeah, it's always awkward when they don't say anything, and you're like, did you
Yeah.
like it? Do you hate it? Do you want me to fix something? What can I do for you?
Am I wasting my life?
Yeah.
Jablinski says, well, in San Francisco they do, but they're a whole other topic. Oh, in San Francisco they poop on people.
Oh,
Anyways.
that's a whole nother thing.
Go Groomer! Oh, Amy's here! Wow, Amy, how are you? Oh my goodness. We were, Jeanine and I were actually just talking about you the other day. Anyways, that we were saying how, it was so, oh.
That's okay. It's just
Well, you know what, Amy, on the topic, like, doesn't it feel like because your channel's exploding?
Yes.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Well, and I was saying, like, I told Raquel, one of her admins on her channel, like, she's hit a tipping point, and it's like, boom. But, so Amy, can you relate? Jeanine and I were actually talking about how the bigger the channel gets and the more the subscribers get, you almost feel like more nervous about what do I say. Now people are listening. Before nobody cared. I could say whatever I want. I could just, just have fun. But now it's kind of, and I was telling Jeanine, like, I think we just need to get back to just doing what we want to do because it's fun, because we want to do it. And she mentioned that she loved doing the videos when it was Amy, you, and I, and Nicole, and Grace, and super amateur fan, and yeah, it really feels like a nice tight community.
It's a family, yeah.
Yeah, but then as the channel grows, but then it's like on the one hand it's exciting, it's awesome. You're like, wow, it's what you wanted, yeah. But then on the other hand, it's like I didn't know it was gonna be like this, you know. But anyways, I'm sure you can relate, Amy.
I know, I can't believe how fast it does seem to happen that way sometimes, that it just pops up out of nowhere and like you'll just get like a ton of subscribers.
Yeah, you hit a tipping point and then it just, yeah, I'm
really excited for her. She deserves it. I know she works really hard on those videos.
Yeah, they're so nice.
We were just talking about editing earlier and like how hard it is, and
yeah,
so I give you credit, Amy, that you sit there and edit all of that, and you do so good at it.
Yeah, so you know how they say it takes an artist to appreciate another artist, and I think it takes a content creator who knows how tedious and how difficult it is to edit and everything. It takes content creators sometimes to see somebody else's content and be like, wow, that is impressive.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh wow, everyone's saying hi to Amy.
Everybody knows Amy.
Yeah. Jablinski says, oh God, imagine all the matted shave downs are in our future if we don't train and motivate new groomers. Exactly.
Seriously, yeah, we can't do all those dogs by ourselves. She's not done yet. I'm just testing and seeing how this looks on her.
Oh.
I think it's going to be a winner.
Oh.
Something maybe yellow with it.
Nice. He says, hi David. Oh, David and Lee and I actually were on a call one time and it was a lot of fun. Travis says, to make money with a shop, do you need 3 to 4 groomers or is it like a one-man show?
I would say multiple groomers.
Yeah, in a shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mobile, not so much. You're probably going to lose money.
And I'm not a good manager. I realized that once I hire employees, I'm not a good manager.
I'll take on all the responsibility myself and not make anybody else do anything.
Yeah.
Until I run myself into the ground.
And then I start feeling jealous when I write their paycheck. I'm like, I wish I was taking home that much.
Yeah, you're like, wow, they didn't even do anything because I did it all myself. It's like not even their fault. Yeah, that's me trying to be a manager.
Yeah, I wanna be their friend, and
Yeah, that's definitely what it is. You want to be everybody's friend, and you don't want anybody feeling like if you've ever worked a crap job and you just hate it going in, you don't want anybody to feel like that at your job.
Yeah.
So you get thinking about that. Yeah.
Buffy says, Amy says, love you guys. Awesome.
Oh, love you, Amy.
And Buffy says, geesh, long phone call. Just got back. Is that like a subtle way of telling me that this is an extremely long stream?
She's like, damn.
You're still streaming?
Still.
Go Groomer says, people are more critical, but we have a message to share, and that's what we do. Mm-hmm. Nice, that's Amy. Yeah. Jablinski says exponential growth. Yep. Amy says, haha, love you guys. There she is trying to be modest. No, just kidding. She is humble. Honestly, Amy is humble, but not as humble as me. I'm not sure if I've ever met anybody who is that level of humility, modesty. It's okay. It's all right. You'll get there one day, Amy.
One day.
Oh man. Amanda says, Travis, no, not necessarily. It depends on the situation. I have a home-based salon that I run on my own. Yeah, if you're home-based,
Yeah, that's different. Then one groomer would be definitely sufficient. You could maybe get a bather if you wanted.
Yeah, it all depends on your overhead. Exactly.
Yeah,
and how many dogs you would need to cover your... Exactly. So when somebody asks me, am I charging enough? I always ask them, are you charging enough for you? It doesn't matter what I charge. If you're comparing to what I charge or what someone else is charging, then yeah, I mean, you might not be charging enough compared to them. But are you charging enough to sustain your business?
Yes. Yeah, and like, are you, finding that you're going hungry because you're not making enough to pay for food and your bills, that kind of thing. Like,
yeah, so who cares if you're charging as much as the next shop down the street if you're not able to pay your bills?
Right. Yeah, you don't, I have to tell people that all the time because I'm the only mobile in my area, and I get the people well, the shop down the street charges $45. Well, the shop down the street doesn't have a mobile van that costs them, $1,000 a month. So there's that kind of thing. Their insurance is probably cheaper, and they use different products. So you have to factor all those things in. Hydro products are very expensive. A gallon of quadruped is $20-$30. A gallon of Hydra is $70. The odor neutralizing I just ordered the other day, and it was $70 something.
Wow, yeah. Oh, but the $70 and you dilute it, so it does last, right?
It does last, yeah. It does a better job. You don't need as much. But it's something to factor in because some people use Esprit. I know that was the one that the first shop I worked at, they used Esprit. I've seen a lot of shops use Tropiclean. But those are cheaper per gallon, and I mean it's more affordable, but does it do the same, is it the same quality as the Hydra? Does it leave the hair as nice?
Yes, quality matters. Yeah.
A lot of my customers tell me that their baths will last 2 weeks.
Uh-huh.
And that's really important to me because I charge a lot more. I want their bath to last.
Exactly. Yeah.
Education's huge too, you guys. If you're going to all those trade shows or you're doing the online classes, you need to be charging accordingly for that.
Because there's value in knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amy says, Jeanine, I love your mobile van, and I'm so happy for you. And you get June for the day? So jealous. Wow, you should be jealous. Wow. That is the most truthful statement I've heard all day. I mean, facts, right? Hashtag facts.
I know. I'm enjoying the company.
Oh my goodness.
Myself. That is something, you guys, if you're really thinking about getting a mobile van, it can be lonely. So you kind of have to figure out, your thing that helps the day go by. So I listen to, YouTube videos. I have a certain YouTuber I like that he does, hour-long videos. He does vlogs, and I'll go watch him, and that helps the time pass. Some people do podcasts, some people do books on tapes.
By the way, she's talking about Peter Mon.
Yeah, Peter Mon.
You guys probably think she's actually talking about me.
She was I would take credit for that, but it's Peter. Yeah, Peter Mon that's my favorite. He's my favorite YouTuber besides June.
No, I love listening to Joe Rogan's podcast while I'm working.
Yeah.
Because he does those 3 hour streams sometimes.
Yeah, it's just nice to have something long that you don't have to worry about changing.
Yeah.
That's why I go for the longer vlogs and stuff. Something that I can leave on for a couple hours.
Exactly. Yeah. And sometimes I watch you too. I'll watch your Instagram to put it on the background while I'm working. It kind of feels like I'm working with another groomer in the room.
Yeah, exactly. Just hearing somebody talking is nice. And some days I just do the radio. It really just depends. But I would say that's one of my biggest challenges is being alone. I do get lonely because you don't get very much customer interaction even. Some of them will talk your head off. Most of the people, they just hand you your dog, or hand you the dog and they're out. They don't want to sit there and have a whole conversation.
Yeah.
I've noticed, I thought everybody would be, desperate to see the van, and let me just be honest, the customers, they're excited, but they don't care that much. They really don't. They'll come up and they, do a quick feel like a little like, oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
That's about all you'll get.
Probably
so.
just checking if it's clean or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably the biggest thing is that they want to see that it's clean and
yeah.
Maybe see what it is in here. Because I am the only mobile in the area. Some of them don't even like they think maybe that I'm picking up dogs and taking them somewhere, so they like to peek in and see like, oh wow, there's a bathtub and stuff.
Yeah, speaking about talking about being clean, we stopped by a gas station on the way here, and I used the restroom, and I actually remarked, like Seth Godin says, do something remarkable. It caused me to make a remark, and I was like, your bathroom's so clean, I love it. The reason why I bring that up is because on my way here, I stopped by a racetrack. I went to the restroom to use it. It was trashed. And so I was actually going to stop by and buy some snacks and some food there and get a cup of coffee, but I didn't. I didn't want to get anything in there once I saw the bathroom. And that's what customers feel. So if you are running your own business, try to sometimes put yourself in the customer's shoes and look at your business from their eyes.
Right.
And not what you're used to seeing. Like sometimes it's you're so used to seeing your own shop, you're like, whatever. But you don't really notice the smell or hair and things like that. Mm-hmm. But customers, they're looking at all of that.
Yep, I'm really aware. I don't leave dirty towels in here. As soon as I get home, I empty my drain tank so there's no stinky water. I'm really aware about those kind of things because it's a first impression thing if they come.
Yeah.
And you guys know, working with hair, it gets everywhere.
Exactly,
so.
And these are people's children.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, though, it's a little bit more nerve-wracking because at least children can go back home and say, Mom, they did this. But dogs sometimes, so I think that handing your dog over to somebody requires that little extra level of trust.
Yeah.
And by having a clean, presentable van, a clean shop, that does so much to give somebody peace of mind. Buffy says, no, I'm glad you're still on. Of course you are, Buffy. Of course you are. Buffy says, love me, Amy. Always miss the lives, though. Yeah, I actually sold that to Jeanine, too. It's like, I feel so bad because I miss Amy's lives now because I'm always running back and forth and driving. And sometimes I turned it on while I was driving home in the car. But then I got so tempted to type and comment. And I'm like, I can't do this,
Yeah.
Oh, man.
She's usually on whenever I'm cleaning on Mondays. Does she still do Monday?
Yeah, I think Monday at 5:30, I think.
Oh, maybe we should turn her on later.
Oh yeah, we could.
I'm usually cleaning around that time.
But why would I? No, I'm saying. No,
Amy.
Buffy says, I like that Jeanine does Yorkies a lot. I can never watch enough. I'm a slow learning curve. Oh, nice.
Well, good, because Yorkies are my favorite. I don't know why, because I know so many groomers that don't like grooming Yorkies, and I don't know why they're my favorite.
Yeah, they're a lot of fun to groom, I think.
I
Helen.
like that their hair is challenging.
Nice. But next time you interrupt me while I was kidding.
This is my van. Actually.
So when you reach my level, guys, when you reach my level, you can just go in someone else's van and just take over. You know what I'm saying? So, they're like, what level? What level is this? Is there a level? And he's on it. Helen says, those cradle hammocks are a godsend. I love. So see, I actually tried to use one at Dolores' shop with a really, nasty dog, but I haven't had a chance to use it on a nice calm dog yet. I think that
the difficult dogs, they'll still make it difficult in here. But the dogs like this, it just makes it easier because a lot of times,
she's so chill.
The hardest part is that they want to sit. A lot of dogs, that's what I've noticed, is that they just want to sit down. So having this, they can't sit, and I can see what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And even if they're wiggly for nail trims, like I can usually deal with that in here.
So Jablinski says, Tropical Clean Blueberry Facial is a staple. Yeah, I mean, I used to use Tropical Clean a little bit when I first started, but I moved on, graduated from those. Knowledge is great. Knowledge is power. Exactly. Well, they say knowledge is power, and but it's applied knowledge. It doesn't matter what you know unless you apply it.
Yeah.
So it's applied knowledge that's powerful. Knowledge by itself is potential power, but then when you apply it, that's when it's kinetic. Nicole Dunn Grooming says, Peter Mon. Oh, Nicole Dunn. CJ says, I like the mobile van, spacious. Yeah, right, isn't it? It really is. And I like how there's enough storage space here for everything she needs.
Yeah.
Look at that.
They give it to you pretty blank so that you can customize it. So you like all these little baskets and stuff I added.
So there's a place to sit right there.
Yep.
There's a fire hydrant. Look at that.
Yep, yeah, so if you set anything on fire, you're good to go.
Nice. Because sometimes when I'm streaming, I'm straight fire. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, so Buffy says, I listened to your dream podcast this morning. Oh, wow. Awesome, Buffy. You were the one.
The dream?
Yeah, on my podcast, I talked about this dream that I had.
What is it about?
Well, you know, I don't want to say it.
Is it bad?
No. It was just super profound and enlightening,
Okay.
and I just don't think that people are ready for it.
Oh, it's too much?
It's too deep.
What are we on, YouTube?
No, Anchor, the Anchor podcast.
Okay.
It's just audio. But yeah, and you don't have boots on, and it's too deep. So.
Well, I got my palm mat.
Yeah, no. So we need boots before you listen to that, or even talk about it. It's too deep.
Gotcha.
So Maureen says, June, does Jeanine ever do Westies?
I don't do a ton of Westies. I have like one.
Mm-hmm.
This is the only downside with the hound hammock is sometimes they'll put their little head like that. So I just take this little thing and like wrap it around. And they can't do that again. So, because if they get their head out right there, then they can usually get their arms out. So now she won't be able to do that.
Okay, so you just kind of cinch it right there.
Yep, it kind of like locks it in.
Awesome.
I only do that if they're trying to get out, and I don't want them to get out and get hurt,
Yeah.
Girl.
I share the same philosophy. I don't like to use too much restraint unless they do something that causes me to, and then at least they understand why.
Right. Yep. And yeah. You never want to over restrain. So like you wouldn't want that on there like super tight where she feels like extra restricted, But I want it on there enough that I know she's secure and she can't get away.
And it happened after she put her head through it like that, so now she knows. Like, okay.
Yep. And I've only got a couple more toes, so
nice.
She'll be okay. I mean, the amount of wiggling she's doing is pretty normal. Some of them are really good and they'll just hang there and let me do this, but I've had my nails dribbled and I don't really like the feeling, so that's another look at it. Oops. She hit the bar of the table and scared herself a little.
Oh.
It's okay.
So Jablinski says, do you want to make sure it's not filled with chainsaws and loose digging tools? Oh, when people look in the van.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's usually good stuff.
Yeah, or sex toy.
Oh yeah.
Why did I say that?
Would definitely be
Sorry about that, guys.
Really be concerned.
Oh my goodness, I'm getting better though. Like that time it just slipped. Okay. You can tell. Oh, Jablinski says you can tell everything about a restaurant, how clean the bathrooms are.
You're right.
And the exact. A restaurant owner told me that, and that's why every time I go to a new restaurant, that's the first thing I do. I go in the restroom, because he told me that being a restaurant owner himself, that's what he does. And if the restroom is not clean, the kitchen's probably not clean.
Ew. I mean, that is fair because if you think about it, usually restrooms are most used by the employees. So if they're okay with going to a gross bathroom, they're probably okay with working in a gross kitchen.
Yeah, and it might not be a fair assumption to make, but it kind of makes sense why somebody would assume that.
Yep.
Buffy says an hour later for 8. Is it already that time? Wow, it's 4 o'clock. Wow, okay. Sharon says, hi gang. How do you like using the Groom hammock? Thinking about getting one. Any recommendations?
I think it makes my life a lot easier because I do work alone. So if you were in earlier, you probably saw she's pretty wiggly for her front nails. But I can really work with that in the hammock. Whereas if she wasn't in the hammock, I'd be more at risk at maybe accidentally grabbing her tail or drumming a paw pad or whatever. She just has more room to wiggle.
Yeah.
So this kind of like holds them still. I view this as like my second person. Basically.
Yeah, like a second set of hands.
Right. And a lot of them feel very relaxed. When you pull the hammock out, many of them wear harnesses and they start wagging their tails like they're excited. So I think they think it's just like a little harness or something. And if they're small enough to fit in it, then they're probably dogs that are held anyway. So they're used to being in the air. Like I would imagine if you could find one big enough for a big dog, then they may not like being in the air as much. Like I picture my German Shepherd, he would lose his mind if I were to put him in something like this. But the little dogs are used to being picked up, so they don't seem to mind
Yeah, she seems totally comfortable with it.
it.
Where do you buy your hammocks?
This is from houndhammock.org.
Houndhammock.org.
Yeah, so this is the medium size. So you can see she's a little bit, she's like probably a little closer to medium. This is the small size. So the next dog that we have coming out will probably fit better in here. This is going to be like your little bitties. So if you're going to just get one, get this one. Because that will fit most of them. But I do like these because I do a lot of Yorkies, Maltese, teacup Chihuahuas, like the little bitties, I put them in here. But 9 times out of 10, I use this one.
So that's the medium size?
Yes, that's the medium size. Throws
That's
you
so
off.
cool. Wow, I thought it was just a little bench.
Yeah, no, this is actually where I keep like my cleaning rags, hammock, and then there's some bath mats in there.
This is so functional. Like everything is, wow.
That's what I mean is like you cut down your groom time without actually having to speed up your grooming.
Yeah, because everything's within reach.
Exactly. Like I'm the groomer that like I'll walk across the shop and forget something that I like really, really need, and then I gotta go all the way back and grab it. So this is just way more efficient for me because if I forget something, it's where I can reach it.
Yeah. Because for me, sometimes I have to like dig in my backpack. And,
Yeah, I was thinking about because I know sometimes you go to self-wash stations and like how frustrating that would be if you got there and didn't have something you needed.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of times self-wash is kind of set up, but I don't know. Whenever I was doing self-wash.
Yeah, and I don't like to use the community tools and
Their shampoos usually aren't as good.
Yeah. So Buffy says, I brushed my Beaver puppy. Took hours to get her to accept the brushing. And that
Sometimes it does.
Yeah, and that puppy fur is a hot mess.
Yeah.
Yeah, puppy fur when it changes to the adult coat. Treats and praise.
Yep.
Think she'll learn to love like it. Exactly. So Jeanine was telling me about a dog where just last Thursday he finally allowed her to trim his nails and everything without giving him much trouble. Yeah, and she said that it took since October, right? October, the dog's father came and started helping her by holding the dog.
Yep.
And every 4 weeks, you said?
Yep, every 4 weeks.
Every 4 weeks since October, and now just last Thursday was when they saw like a marked, noticeable difference.
Yeah, like she normally at least lunges at me like once while I'm doing her nails, and when I say lunges at me, I mean like at my tool. Like she doesn't go at my face, but she always does that at least once every time. And this past Thursday was the first time that she did not like lunge at my
Doesn't that feel amazing?
Yeah,
wow.
It was pretty incredible. And just seeing her trust slowly build with me is really huge too.
Yeah, and it takes time. It's not overnight.
And it's good for her too to have the van because she's such a daddy's girl. So if he's where she can see him, like he was with the house call, she acts more like, Dad, help me. And it's like in the van, we just get it done. She's like a beagle kind of mix. She's like a little bit bigger. She's probably maybe about 40 pounds or so. So she's like a kind of a medium-sized dog. So it's a little bit bigger than what I normally do. But like I said, this is.
But you've been doing her for so long too, and you built that trust.
Yeah, I've been grooming her since I was at my last shop. That's a big part of why I still take her too.
Yeah, because it's like turning away a friend at this point.
Yeah, there's no way. I will take her until her dying day. I love that dog.
Oh.
I have, like I said earlier, I don't do a lot of big doodles, but I have 2 I can think of off the top of my head that are really big. They're bigger than my weight limit, but they'll get on the table, walk into the tub, all that. So that's why I keep them.
Nice.
Some of them, I wouldn't take any new ones that are their size, but...
Yeah, because you've already got the training done with them, and yeah.
Yep.
Jablinski says the dog gave you the side eye on that one.
Yeah.
On which one? Oh.
Maybe when I turned her. Sometimes I do. They're like, what are you doing to me?
I think she was talking about my sex toy comment.
Oh,
but anyways,
yeah.
it wasn't you think of side eye. It was not. It was a look of recognition. Anyways.
She was concerned.
Buffy, she was not. She got excited. Anyways, Buffy says you might have covered this when I was quote unquote working. But this is a goal for you, Jen? Oh, is this a goal for you, Jen? Seems like it would be pretty sweet. No, I don't know. And the thing is, originally I was telling Jeanine, I would love to come and just, show people your van and show, because I don't do mobile grooming, so it would be awesome to show people, what mobile grooming is like, the ins and outs, little details like making a turn on a sharp turn, going parallel. Things that we just don't think about. And little bumps on the road, you have to go slowly because it wobbles. And then when everything wobbles, sometimes things can, fall over.
Yeah, so like my clipper and stuff I leave out while I'm driving. And as long as I drive nice, it'll be good. But if I were to take one of those turns or like go over the bumps really fast, it would flip my stuff on the floor. This would probably fall down. Like I would probably fling all my stuff around.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to be prepared for that. You got to be ready for people to ride your ass. People do it really bad.
But I mean, for me, I wasn't really thinking about doing this route, but the more I'm seeing, it's like, oh, I really think I can see the benefits and why this would be so appealing to a lot of groomers.
Yeah, and I do think like your current customers would really like it too, and like I said, people do want to know what's going on with the dogs, but only to an extent. Like they're gonna want to come out and see the van.
Yeah, most of my clients don't hang out.
Yeah, no, some of mine that I've been doing for a long time, they've never even looked inside the van before.
Yeah.
They just hand me the dog. They don't care.
Yeah.
They know that the dog is gonna be taken care of, so they're like, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. When I order a dish at the restaurant, I don't really want to go back and see how it's cooked.
Yeah, I don't care to see the kitchen. I trust you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll get a lot of those.
As long as the bathroom's clean. Helen says,
I mean, that's also why it gets a little lonely, though, because, like I said, nobody even really cares to come out in the van. They just hand you the dog, and they're like, go do your thing. So it is something to keep in mind if you're somebody that likes to be around people, because I know I am, and it's a challenge that I face, and I'm still, like, learning with it.
Is that why you like to make the videos? Because that's kind of why I like to do it. Like, it makes me at least feel like I'm talking to someone. Yeah.
Yeah, and people listen and respond. Like, honestly, some of the people that watch my videos pay more attention than the people in my real life. So at least they're listening,
I know exactly how it feels. Helen says, I find the hammocks handy on the tiny dogs with dachshunds, just because of the very short legs. Yeah.
Definitely. And you can be a lot more aware because, like, the dachshunds, like, if you extend their leg, it's uncomfortable. So, like, in the hound hammock, I actually, like, give them their legs. So they're kind of like this. And it seems a lot more comfortable for them.
Yeah, because they have that, like, weird bend in their leg that bends out.
Yep.
Jablinski says, no sex toys?
No,
what if the customer assumes the wrong thing because you have Kong toys scattered around?
Why you got Kong toys in your van?
Yeah, exactly, Jablinski.
Were you chewing on them and or do you bring your dog?
That's where they put the hamster. Anyways, Jablinski says they only have smalls right now. Okay. I love it when they
love groomers. I know they sell them too. They may have the mediums in stock.
And if you're the crafty type, I don't know.
You can definitely make
I don't know that it would be that difficult to sew this pattern, right? Just buy the material at like Joann's Fabric or something.
Definitely, they sell like this fleece there for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not handy with a sewing machine, or I do it myself, but 100% you can make these. I tell people that all the time, but they don't. Because they're expensive. I think the medium is seriously like $80 or something. But I'm not crafty, and I would probably waste $80 in fabric trying to figure this out. So for me, it's easier.
Yeah.
But if you're a crafty type, then absolutely make your own. You know what? I think Britt Johnson, Northwest. No, it's just Britt Johnson. I don't think she's Northwest Kennels anymore. But she has a video that she put, I think, on her YouTube channel. If it's not on her YouTube, it's definitely on her Instagram, and it talks about making your own hammock.
Britt Johnson.
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, I'll show you guys her YouTube so you can go follow her, because she just got, she's getting more into YouTube now, so she needs the followers anyway.
Okay, I'll subscribe. I never heard of her.
She spends a lot of time editing.
Oh,
She's
nice.
Really good.
Nice. Yeah, there is something nice about those nice, polished, well-edited videos. Super easy to watch.
Oh, man. I'm going to have to find her. There's another Britt Johnson that's coming up first. Let me see. I know I subscribed to her. She should be in my list.
Cool. Well, if you want to find it later, I can just put it on the description of the video. Helen says, I'm going through this now. I have just taken on a cocker that had a bad experience in the past, and she goes for the scissors or me if she feels anxious. So I just try to build bond at the moment.
Okay, so here's hers. It's Britt Johnson. So yes, it's a new channel. She
It's
needs.
pretty awesome. Okay.
But if you go to her videos and scroll down, there's the DIY dog
Okay.
hammock right there.
Nice.
So y'all go check that out if you want to make your own.
Nice. Okay.
She's got
I'm gonna
other
subscribe.
stuff. And her videos are nice and short too. So if you're somebody that, you don't like mine and June's videos, it's probably your girl.
Awesome. Amanda says, do you ever have dogs that you can't groom? How do
Yeah.
you handle that situation? I've only had a few I've had to turn away, but I never know what the right thing to say. We were just talking about this.
You just have to be transparent. Don't sugarcoat things. If she was biting my shears, I would go bring her back and I'd say, I'm sorry, she's biting my shears and it's really dangerous, and I would recommend her, depending on the dog. So if she's biting shears, I would say, all right, vet sedation probably, right? Because I don't want her to accidentally grab the shears. I know some people are different, because I don't think you recommend much vet sedation, do you, June?
No, I mean, but if there's a reason for it, of course. Yeah, I'm not against it.
Okay. Because I know some people are really against it, and I do understand that too.
Yeah.
But,
that dog Sunshine, after the second attempt, it was successful. The first attempt was not.
yeah.
And then she asked me to groom him again, but I told her no. I think I need to step aside, because when I called her back after the second time and I got it done successfully, it was a week later and he still couldn't get up and walk that well because he was sore. He was 18 years old, and I was like, yeah, he's an old man that just rolled around and wrestled with me
Yeah.
for hours. Of course he's gonna be sore for a week.
Right.
Ladies, no, I'm just kidding. Okay, so Travis, why am I? Travis says, where did you buy that hanging thing? My dog. Okay, so she just said it was houndhammock.org, O-R-G.
Yep.
And this is the medium size.
You can also get it on lovegroomers.com. They sell them too.
You can also get it on Love Groomers.
Yep.
And I actually haven't purchased anything from Love Groomers before, but I saw on Jeanine's Instagram stories that they deliver like super fast.
Super fast.
So
And if you're on the East Coast, because Nicole Dunn Grooming, I think, was the one that told me that on the West Coast they're a lot slower.
okay.
So keep that in mind if you're on the West Coast. But for
Okay.
the East Coast, I literally got something in 24 hours the other day. I had to order some gallons. I ordered them the morning before, and they were there the next afternoon.
Nice. Okay, so if you're on the West Coast, then it may not be the case, but if you're on the east side, anyways, if you're on the East Coast, then you literally get the order in like the next day.
Yeah, the longest it takes is 2 days.
Huh.
So they do a good job. I've been very happy with them.
Jablinski is asking, van or extended trailer?
I'm not a fan of the trailers. They're harder to insure and harder to drive. So what a lot of people run into with their trailer, they'll not realize, but their trailer is covered, but the contents on the inside is not by their insurance. That's a common thing that I see happen. And then somebody gets in a wreck or their trailer gets broken into, and then they find out actually none of the contents of the trailer was covered under their insurance.
Oh.
So that's something to really be aware of.
Wow.
Curtis Hamby was telling me that he doesn't make the trailers anymore, because he was also finding in some northern states that it was in town areas because it has such a wide turn radius. So there's things to, and also
You have to have a pretty strong truck, right? to
yes,
pull
that
it.
was the next thing I was going to say is if you don't have a vehicle, then it's not cheaper. But if you do have a truck already, then it might be the cheaper option.
Mm.
For me, it wouldn't be much cheaper because I have a Honda CRV. It's not going to pull a trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
So I would
Yeah.
have to get a second vehicle to be able to do the trailer. So it's definitely a case to case basis, and you kind of have to figure out what makes sense for you in your situation.
Yeah. It makes a lot of sense. I didn't know that about the insurance. That's huge.
I didn't either until Curtis Hamby was actually the first one I heard mention that, and then I actually saw it pop up because I'm in a lot of mobile grooming groups, and that actually happened that somebody broke into somebody's trailer, and then they ended up finding
Crazy.
out that their contents were actually not covered, only the trailer is, and the trailers are usually not worth that much. So
Oh my goodness.
yeah, so
Things that you just don't even think about.
Mm-mm. And we'd like to believe that we don't ever have to worry about that, but unfortunately it is something that you have to think about.
Yeah.
That was another, I had to start parking mine somewhere different because that was something I was worried about too, was, vandalism, like with kids being out of school for the summer, and I didn't want somebody to drive by and think it might be funny to spray paint the van or something. There's stuff like that to consider.
Yeah, because kids, yeah. Buffy says, LOL, I follow Jeanine now too. Awesome.
Oh, thank you.
Saw the van when she got it. Remember when she dented it and how bummed she was.
I cried. I really did. I was so upset.
It's not that bad. Jablinski says, plug her channel, June. Meaning to give it, who, are you talking about Jeanine here? Hell no. I can't be having Jeanine surpass me. Crazy.
I'm getting there, you guys.
So on YouTube, she's on Grooms by Jeanine, and I just want you to avoid that channel. You know what I'm saying? When you go there, you may not come back to mine, so don't go to Grooms by Jeanine on YouTube. I'm kidding. I love her channel. There's sometimes where I see like makeup tutorials and stuff. I'm like, yeah, that's not for me.
I make a variety of things.
Yeah, I like that though because people get to know you.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think people too think groomers can't be like girly and they can't wear makeup, but there's plenty of groomers that do.
Exactly.
There's groomers that have their nails done all the time and all that. So anyway, I try to make videos for them too. Because when I got on YouTube, that's originally what I wanted to do, was make makeup videos. And then I started dog grooming, and it just kind of worked out that I started making dog videos.
Who is that really famous? Michelle Fan. I'm actually subscribed to her. Anyways, because I like to feel girly myself sometimes. Yeah. Buffy says, I think June, the setup and takedown would save you so much. Yeah, we were talking about that. Yeah, it does. Get same amounts of dogs done, but get back some more of your downtime. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. You get definitely a lot more downtime.
Yeah, that is true. I have more time to read my books and expand my mind. Mm-hmm. Not that it needs it anymore, anyways.
You can listen to your audio books while you're grooming too. Because I know that, too, like whenever I was doing house call, I was like kind of worried to listen to music or podcasts too loud because I was worried that people were gonna walk up on me and I wasn't gonna be able to hear them.
Yeah, they do. Sometimes I'm listening to Joe Rogan's podcast and sometimes they cuss a lot. Yep. They're like fucking this and fucking them. I'm like, oh no, and the customers come. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, I will recommend if you get the van that you want to get like some AirPods. This is what I usually use when I'm blow drying. So that way I can still hear my podcast or whatever. So, especially if you're doing like a big dog that takes a long time to blow dry, it gets really boring.
Nice. Well, I only listen to my own podcast anyways, and I already know what it says, so.
There you go. So just go off of memory.
I don't listen to anyone else. Susan says, I'm in Colorado, and I got my love groomers in 4 to 5 days. Okay. That's not too bad.
Not terrible. I just ordered from Cherry Brook, that one, the other day. It's my first time ordering.
Yeah, I've never ordered from them.
I'll let you guys know how that is.
Okay.
I haven't gotten a confirmation email yet that it's shipped, so.
And it's been a few days?
Love, yeah.
Oh.
I either ordered Saturday or Sunday, so.
Okay.
It's only been a day and they haven't shipped it yet, so. They're not love groomers fast, but we'll see.
Jablinski says, I have a 2012 CRV.
I have a 2013 CRV.
Oh, nice.
Silver one.
I got a 2015 Corolla, you know what I'm saying?
My mom
it doesn't matter though. My car's better than everybody else's and it doesn't matter. So.
Debatable.
Jablinski says, love it though. Smooth as butter.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I was actually driving that as my house call vehicle. The CRVs are nice for that. They get good gas mileage. They have a good trunk space.
That's what I love about the Corolla too, like the gas mileage. Holy cow. Anyways, and I got Bluetooth. Buffy says, there's love for all. It's like, every car has Bluetooth. No, I don't care. I didn't grow up with it. Helen says, would always follow you, June. You make me laugh. Oh, thank you, Helen.
Which Helen?
Helen Daniels.
What's the other Helen? She's the competition groomer.
Helen Schaefer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I like
her at Hershey.
Yeah, she gave me a huge hug on at the Atlanta Pet Fair this year.
I didn't see her this year.
Yeah, I saw her coming in through the entrance, and I was like, "Oh, hey!" And then she came up to give me a hug. I was like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "I don't care. I just been to Walmart." It's like, and now I have Corona.
No,
Anyway.
Corona. Yeah, I didn't really see anybody when I went to Atlanta Pet Fair this year because I was kind of in and out. It was a weird time to be a groom show.
Yeah, yeah. Moving on. Joleski says, I use the Pro AirPods to silence noise from their force dryer. Mm-hmm, yeah.
Are they like still Apple?
I think she's saying Pro AirPods, and she says it's noise cancellation, takes the annoyingness out of it.
I don't know. Is that what, I don't know what these are. I think they're just the regular ones.
Uh-huh, yeah,
I have a little case on them.
I don't even own AirPods.
I got them actually for house call.
Uh-huh.
And now I'm really glad I have them in the van. Because like I said, for that, the force dryer, it's really nice.
Nice. Oh, and that's the hair vac. Okay, so that's...
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll show you what I was talking about with the two
There.
vacuums. So if you guys are hair vac users, what you'll do, this is like my regular vacuum that's plugged in right now, but you would just unplug this and plug this in, and then your hair vac would be good to go.
Oh,
So you would
okay.
you just pull it out. It's not like held in by anything, and you just like literally pull it up. And,
Uh-huh. That's if you wanted to use a clipper vac.
Yeah, if you wanted to use the clipper vac. I just keep mine plugged into my vacuum because I don't use the clipper vac.
Uh-huh.
I haven't mastered it yet.
And then you could just use the other hose just as a vacuum. Uh-huh.
Yep. Yeah, and that the other hose will actually reach all the way in the front.
That's
So if you want to clean the cab or vacuum the cab, you can.
Oh, nice. Jawlinski says, "Yep, it's Apple." Okay, Pro
Okay.
AirPods.
Are those the like? I've seen like they have like one that looks like it's in like a bigger case or something. Is it those?
Yeah. Does it come in a bigger case, Jawlinski? That's awesome. So you got a board here too.
Yeah, that's what I just write like random things. Like if I notice I'm like running out of shampoo. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
that's cool.
I dropped my wall clipper blade, so that's why I need that, and I need more clipper spray and those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
It's easier for me to write it down while I'm working than try to remember it later.
Speaking of clipper spray, so I just had a conversation with Josh. I dropped my shears off, and
Okay.
sometime like I forget how it came up, but he was saying that the like Andy's Cool Care, that spray, he was saying that it's horrible for the blades. And
Really?
yeah, and I was like, what? And then he's saying that a lot of the brown, sometimes you see like the brown residue building up, and sometimes it causes the blades to stick a little bit. He was saying it's because groomers keep spraying the Cool Care into the
Like,
blades.
Too much of it, or just at
I
all?
guess. And he was saying it's much better to just put oil. Just
the
use,
oil?
yeah, just the oil. So I don't know.
I don't know. I haven't. I've been using actually Cool Lube by Oster recently. That's
Okay.
what I had for cosmetology, and like I said, all the clipper spray is out at like all the Sally's in my area, so I've just been using the Cool Lube.
Okay.
And, I think that's like, I mean, it still says it's a cleaner, but it says it's like, you know, it lubricates and all that. It's actually like behind you in that little thing. If
Uh-huh.
you wanna see.
Oh, okay, yeah. Cool lube right there. Oh, wow, and you use barbicide too?
Yeah.
Nice.
I only do the barbicide like once a week. Like between cleanings, I just use like any like antibacterial, so it's really fine for like my combs and stuff.
Uh-huh. Nice. So Jablinski says, yes, it's top of the line because I'm baller like that, yo. And that's my business partner. She has a 740 FICO score, so she's gonna
Wow.
co-sign for me on the mobile van. Helen says, I will look you up, Jeanine, on YouTube tonight and follow you
Thank
too.
you.
Oh, I'm telling you guys, she's a lot of fun to watch. I watch her sometimes just to watch her kind of go off topic on a tangent. And I'm like, I laugh because I'm like, I'm not the only one.
Oh yeah, you never know what you're gonna get.
Jablinski says, bigger case, better battery, slightly better quality sound, has the ability to transcend time and space.
Wow.
Nice. It comes with the Infinity Stones.
Dang. Does it cost like $1 million?
Probably, which I have in my back pocket actually.
Okay.
But I just walk around with $1 million, spare $1 million, you know, because you never know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Case.
Awesome. Wow, so she is almost done.
She is. The last one will be a lot easier. She's just a little short-haired chihuahua.
Nice.
So she'll be an easy one.
Awesome. So, if there are no more questions, I am going to charge my. Oh my God! I didn't bring my charger. Freak.
What kind of phone do you have?
Android.
Android.
Oh, I'm not. I had an iPhone, and then I missed. I missed the Droid, so I got the Droid, and now I missed the iPhone. So I think I want to go back to iPhone.
Yeah, you should have I have 3 iPhone chargers in here. I don't have anything for Droid.
Oh man, but oh
Wait,
shoot.
look at. I have like this thing. This is the only weird charger thing I have. Is that?
I
Will that
no,
fit it?
oh
No.
no, it won't. Shoot, it's all good.
Yeah, I don't think I have a charger for Droid.
It's all good. Whatever, man. I can't believe I forgot my charger.
Is
Freak.
it in your car?
Yeah, it's in my car.
Okay, good. I was about to say, oh my god, you're just gonna have to drive home with no phone.
Jablinski, 250, and I had to submit a DNA test to get a vaccine, yep, and your mother's social security number. Buffy says, I thought you were doing an aggressive groom. Oh, no.
No aggressive.
No, it, like,
That's Jane's
really.
thing, that's not mine. I
No.
like these that are good.
Yeah, well, you do such a good job. No, for me, really, it was just to come up and see her van, get a tour, see how it works, see everything that's involved in it. And the thing is, I'm learning more than I actually expected. Like, just little things. While we were driving, she was like, oh, and this. And when we were going to the gas station, there's a little bit of a bump. She was like, look, see this bump we're about to go through? She's like, you have to slow down. And I felt it. And I was like, wow. You like you really can't think of these things until you actually go through it and feel it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once you go over a bump.
June, you said that on Facebook Live. Oh, did I? Did I say that we're gonna do an aggressive dog? Maybe I said that I was gonna come in here aggressively. I'm not sure, but maybe.
We had originally talked about maybe him coming to help me with one that was a little bit more aggressive, but I ended up not doing the dog because I knew it was something I wasn't going to be able to take later.
Mm-hmm.
And she understood. It's actually a regular client of mine that I groom her other dog, and she wanted me to try to groom this dog, and I just explained to her that now it's just me working by myself. So even if you help me this time, I would have to turn her down next time.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
there was no point in keeping her on, so that may have been where that came from.
Yeah. Amateur super fan. She said all those cheers on the table are making me nervous, getting me nervous. But the dog, she's in that hammock, so she can't actually reach the.
Yep. No, I make sure that I can't step on them. If they aren't like getting towards stepping on them, then I move them.
I mean, and I am a Jedi Master, so if anything happened, I could literally just, just have it come right into my hand. So it's all good, guys.
Got it under control.
Buffy says, it was the reason for canceling your groom. Oh no, the reason why I canceled my groom today was because I almost died. I almost died yesterday, seriously. Like, maybe I didn't, but I felt like it. There's a few times where I told myself, like, I think I'm gonna die. Yeah, and now I told myself, you know what, let's see if it's actually possible. I was like, let's see if it's possible to actually work on a dog all day long and then just die. I was like, I don't think it's possible, let's just see.
What would the parents do, like, of the dog? They just came in, slowly, like, killed it?
It wouldn't even be my problem, I'd be dead, I don't care. Well,
I would imagine that you were the pet parents. So, like, what do you even do?
You're right. No, but I knew. I was like, I'm just being. My ego's kicking in. I'm tired. I was like, I just gotta push through it. But anyways, so Buffy, last night when I got home, I was just like, I really just need one day to just. Because I've been working 7 days a week. Well, I had one weekend off, but then I went up to Tennessee to visit my daughters. I drove back down, so I just needed a day, just one day to just recharge, the old 6-1, right? You work 6 days, rest the 7th, right? Isn't that what God said? I don't know. I mean, maybe God knows what he's doing. Amanda says, I've learned my lesson about catching shears and knives in midair one time.
Don't do it.
Ooh.
Just let them fall. That's why you buy shears that aren't like hundreds of dollars. These shears are like $100 a piece. So if they fell, I might be bummed if they break. Otherwise.
And you could usually take it to a sharpener, and they could usually, yeah.
Yeah.
And Buffy says, I'm just saying, watch your feed. Did you try a weighted blanket, June? You were out of control on the CBD group. uh, no, I mean, yeah, I don't really like blankets. I have a blanket, but I usually like wrap it up and bear hug it while I sleep. Anyways,
You don't sleep like with blankets on you?
no, not usually. I have I wrap it up and like,
I'd be cold.
huh. Anyways, the sleeping habits
Oh
of
my gosh,
June.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're right there. Amanda says, did you ever see the post on Facebook about the girl that wore open-toed shoes and she dropped a shear and it went right through her foot?
I was waiting
Oh.
on it.
You
Yeah.
saw that one?
No, I've seen the post that circulated, yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't
Yeah,
see it.
like the shear went into her foot. It wasn't pretty.
Uh-huh.
So if you are wearing flip-flops and you drop your shears, dance out of the way.
Oh, the CBD. Yes. Okay. Now I remember. Yeah. So originally we were talking about maybe coming up. I think we were thinking about. Anyways, yeah. Originally, like she said, it was a dog, but that could have given her problems. That kind of acts aggressive. But again, it's not like I can come up here every time and groom that dog. You
Yeah,
know.
like a couple times a year. Yeah, that would be too
Yeah.
much.
So. Amanda says it was gross. Oh yeah, I bet. Amateur super fan. Yep, see right there. Buffy says they have a weighted blanket for anxiety and sleep, not warmth.
Do
Oh,
you think those really work?
I
I've
don't
seen
know.
people with them, but I just don't understand. Does it really make a difference?
Yeah, right. Wouldn't you feel? I don't know.
I've heard that, but I wonder because those blankets are expensive. I think that's really what's got me wondering.
Uh huh.
Like, how good are they?
Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know, because I know that the thunder blankets, the thunder shirts and stuff works for dogs to help calm them.
Does it? I had a trainer tell me that they weren't worth the money, so I've never actually tried them.
I never actually tried it either. I just heard that yeah.
Because I asked, because like I had my ex-boyfriend's dog. He was really scared of thunderstorms. Thunderstorms. I asked about it, and they said not to bother.
Huh.
Because they're expensive too. I think they're like $30 for that thing or something.
Jablinski says it was sheer pain. the scissor in the foot.
Oh,
It was sheer pain.
Yeah.
Nice, very clever. Buffy says I love mine. Oh, the weighted blanket. Okay.
Okay, so you think it's worth the money? So I've
Yeah.
been thinking about it, but I don't know, you guys.
What does FTW mean?
Is it for the win or fuck the world?
I don't. That's what I was thinking. I thought it was fuck the word, but she said amateur superfan says cheap blankets FTW.
For the win.
For the win. Okay. I was like cheap blankets fuck the world. I was like what? Doesn't make sense. Amanda says I use a thunder coat on my Chihuahua and it worked. I
It
was
does
like,
work? Okay.
ah.
Like I said, there was a dog trainer I used to use that said that they weren't worth the money, so I never bought one. But
Interesting.
I guess
Yeah, I never actually had tried it. I don't
But
have any
you know-
experience with it.
somebody sent me a picture of their dog in the happy hoodie the other day, and they put that on for a thunderstorm, and they said it made a huge difference. I thought that was so
Uh-huh.
crazy. I never would have thought to use that. I mean, I use it for drying, like almost every dog. If they'll let me put it on their head, then I use it for like every dog.
Hmm.
So,
I've noted I've had great results with Happy Hoodie.
I have to.
Yeah, it really does
make a
help.
difference. Especially Max, my German Shepherd, I literally can't dry him without it. Like, he runs for his life. He really
Oh.
does. Like, so if I didn't have that on him, I wouldn't even be able to dry him. He's like one of those, if you've like seen the dogs that would like literally rather die than have to be dried. That's Max.
You probably think they're dying.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. He sure acts like he thinks he's dying. He's a mess.
Oh, she just yawned. Buffy says you kind of tuck yourself in. The weight keeps you from tossing and turning a lot. I've seen. Interesting. Okay. Amateur superfan says I had a dog with a thunder shirt because she was afraid of loud sounds. The only thing it did for her was have her constrict. Oh, it was constrict her breathing, and she almost passed out.
Oh,
Wow.
God. Yeah, see, so I guess it's not for every dog then. Like, some dogs react better than others. Because when I
Yeah.
worked at the doggy daycare, we had some dogs that anytime it, like, started to thunder, we'd have to go put their little thunder shirts on. So,
And it works
maybe
for
it's
them.
just- yeah, or at least the owners thought so.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Could be a placebo effect kind of thing, you know?
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
But I don't know.
Like placebo for the owners, like because they think that it's helping the dogs calm down because the owners calm, maybe.
Yep. I for my dog, we tried. I think they gave us trazodone for him, and I didn't find that it really did anything for him. He was still really, really anxious while the storm was going on, and then once it was over, he passed out.
Oh.
Yeah, so it wasn't. It was kind of pointless. I ended up not even giving him the full bottle because it was. He only needed it for thunderstorms anyway, and like I said, it really wasn't making a difference. He was just as scared for the storm, and then once it was over, he would just be out the rest of the day. The poor guy. That's me with sleeping medication, though. I can't take sleeping medication. It doesn't help me sleep. It just makes me groggy the next day. So.
I've kind of been noticing that with melatonin as well.
Yep.
The melatonin pills, I just kind of feel a little groggy the next day.
Yeah, and I find that it doesn't really help me sleep any better.
Yeah.
So I don't take sleeping medication anymore. I actually found that out with my therapist. So I think like the issue with me in particular with sleeping is it's more anxiety. Like I'm thinking like, oh my gosh, like tomorrow I have this, this, and this to do or whatever.
Yeah.
Versus like actually like just having trouble sleeping. So I think that's also to do with why the sleeping medication doesn't really help me because it's.
Yeah, it doesn't slow my mind down.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm still just as anxious.
Exactly.
So.
Helen Daniels says, my old Yorkie was scared of thunder, etc. If he had a thunder shirt and it kept him calm. No, and he had a thunder shirt and it kept him calm, but it didn't for my other dog.
Okay. Yeah.
Interesting.
So I guess just some dogs it works better on than others.
Just like people.
Yep.
Yeah. Some people just take to different. Yeah. Buffy says, money back exchange didn't work on my old beagle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's even really 50-50.
Jablinski says, I use blower fans, usually used to dry floors and keep cleaning to dry force diaphobic dogs. Okay.
For the thunderstorm?
I think she's talking about drying the dogs, using blower fans, which are usually used to dry floors after deep cleaning.
Yeah. I have some that are like that. I used to use.
Floor fans.
Yep.
Amateur Superfan says, because I got like 3% battery. Okay, so this is about to cut off because my phone's about to turn off, so I'm gonna try to read these. Amateur Superfan says, have you guys ever seen a groomer use a 10 under comb guards?
Yes, I have seen people say that they do, but I don't like the finish it gives me.
Yeah.
But some people do. That's kind of the beauty with grooming is it is a creative thing and you can really do it however you want.
I have used 10 blades under a comb guard if it's like a heavy doodle coat sometimes. But yeah, I usually prefer a 30, and Jeanine uses a 40.
Now, if I'm using, I only do the 40 when I'm using my 5-in-1 clipper. So if I'm doing my big clipper, my Pulse ZR2, I use a 30.
Okay.
The 40 blade on that one, everybody says that it will chip the teeth.
Yeah.
I don't want to test it and find out, you know?
Even on a 30 blade, sometimes it will.
Does it? I
Yeah.
haven't had that happen, but.
Amateur Superfan says, I use 9% ABV double IPA about 2 hours before sleep and it works great. Nice. That's the thing about beer though. I can drink beer all night and I'll get full before I get drunk. It's the whiskey that's my. Susan Black says, lavender essential oils help calm. Use as aromatherapy. Both you and the dog put it back in your pillow. Yeah, it does smell nice, but I've used lavender oil before. It doesn't really help me fall asleep.
I like it for like baths though. Like if I take a bath, like using like lavender stuff, it helps relax me, but I wouldn't say it makes me more tired or anything. But yeah, it is relaxing though. I really like a good lavender, essential oil or candle or whatever.
Yeah. Awesome. So it looks like we caught up with the comments. So before I get cut off, because just ending abruptly might be a little weird, I just want to say thanks guys for watching. Follow Grooms by Jeanine on YouTube. She's also on Instagram. She's usually more active on Instagram though, on a daily basis, more active on Instagram.
Yes.
So Grooms by Jeanine on Instagram.
And if you guys have any mobile grooming questions, feel free to send me a message on Instagram. I'll get back to you.
Awesome. Because I won't, because I'm too famous. I'm too big.
Yeah.
Don't expect a reply from me. Buffy says, thank you guys. Oh, you're welcome,
Thank you,
Buffy.
Buffy, for watching.
Yeah, it was really all me. I think I carried the stream.
Yeah, he did.
But so,
It's all June.
I'm kidding, man. I don't know. She really shouldn't encourage this. Buffy says thank you guys. Amanda says bye guys. Thanks. Helen says thank you both. Susan says bye. Love you both. Wow,
Love you,
awesome.
Susan.
Thank you, Susan. I love you too. I love you more than she does. Just so you know.
Always trying to compete.
The one upper. Hey, he's a one upper. Buffy says 50 out of 59. Uh-huh. 50 out of 59. What is that, Ryan?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe out of a total of 50 points, we scored 59.
Okay.
I don't know.
It's pretty good. We did good.
So, but anyways, maybe Jeanine can stream on her Instagram
Yeah, we
for the
can
next
go live.
dog, since my phone's gonna be dead. So if you guys want to jump on Instagram and jump on Janine's Instagram page, maybe we can do like I don't know, something on her Instagram or something. Not promising anything, but Michi Mike says hi. Just joined in a little late.
Yeah, you're a little
We're
late.
about to end.
Sorry, James'
But-
phone's gonna die. It's his fault.
You didn't miss
I
much
was
though,
prepared.
Michi Mike.
He
Just probably some of the most like enlightening like things that you might find out about mobile grooming that you would
Yeah.
never know before,
Yeah.
but you didn't
And
miss
this
much.
video will be gone forever after.
Exactly. Probably one of the most enlightening videos I've ever made in my life. You missed it. Perfect. Insta. Here I go. Awesome, Helen.
Alright.
But again, follow her page, and I'm not promising anything. We, maybe she'll stream. I don't like to tell people what to do or how to live their life, so we'll see.
He's lying.
I thrive on that. That's what gives me my kicks. Anyways, bye guys.